What's up, everybody? Azario here for a special video. Uh, I guess you could say I'm doing my own video of a video game conspiracy, or like a video game theory or what have you. You guys see my channel. I don't do videos like this, but the reason why I'm doing this video is because I think I have some good points I would like to make, and for some reason it's just nagging me, and I just wanted to get it off my chest. It's nothing bad. I think it'll be good and interesting for a conversation. So let's get started. Before I say anything else, I am a little bit under the weather, so forgive me if you hear my voice sounding a bit nasally or I cough or it seems like, yeah, I gotta blow my nose at any time during this video. I am a little bit under the weather, so please bear with me. So what I want to speak to you guys about, or what my video game theory is about, is about a game that's been announced to come out, I think sometime next year, if I'm not mistaken. And that's Tekken 7. Now, here's the reason why I bring up Tekken 7, and it kind of ties into another game I want to talk about, which is Tekken Cross Street Fighter. Now, Tekken Cross Street Fighter is the spin-off to Street Fighter Cross Tekken, which came out last year in North America on March 6th, if I'm not mistaken. And in the game, you know, they put the Street Fighter, or rather, they put the Tekken world of characters, that universe of characters, into the Street Fighter world with the Street Fighter 4 engine and look and feel to it. And, you know, it did receive some backlash or whatever the case was, but for the most part, you know, it was an okay fighting game, and it still is to this day. Like, people still play it; it's fun. Now, the reason why I bring up Tekken Cross Street Fighter is because um, I think I read like a rumor or something like that that the game had got canceled, or like something like that. I read in like an article like a year ago or something like that, that the game was canceled, or it was like pushed back, or they're just not working on it anymore. Here's my theory, and this is where Tekken 7 actually comes into play. Here's my theory, and even though it may not be coming from like a definitive source or anything like that, I still feel like it holds merit. Because when you think about it like this, okay, in Tekken 7, again, this is like the latest Tekken game that'll be out soon, like sometime next year, I believe. They're introducing what's called, excuse me, rage arts. Now, I don't have any footage to show you guys or anything like that, but the rage arts for the characters that they have for the arcade version, or like the arcade beta of the game, is out on YouTube, so you guys will be able to look that up. I had already seen the video. It was like a good 8 or 9 characters that they had in the demo that had their rage arts already, and they showed everyone's rage arts that they had on the roster so far. So you guys can go check that out. Now, the rage arts, excuse me, again, I'm sick, so forgive me if I can't pronounce my words right, but the rage arts in Tekken 7, a lot of people were kind of upset at initially. Like, when you look at the comments of a lot of these rage arts, people are mad because when they look at the rage arts, like, they think of like uh, Tekken Revolution, and you guys know in that game, anybody who's played it, they took some of the regular moves and they turned them into critical arts and like super arts and things like that, where they're basically like these powerful moves. And often online, you get people like that like spam the moves because there's like a split second of time where they can't take any damage when the move is active. So you have people that go on there that use like Law, Kazuya, Lily, you know, even Alyssa, and they just spam the King, you know, and they pretty much just spam those moves non-stop, and it gets kind of aggravating. So when people seen the rage arts, they didn't really know the ins and outs of it, you know, and they still haven't revealed the fine details of it. They don't know how many times you'll be able to use it per round or per match. Is there a limit to how many times you can do it? I'm like, is there like some meter that you have to build up? I didn't see any meters. in the Tekken 7 demo. But I believe that there's going to be like some meter or something that lets you know, when you'll be able to do those rage arts. Because I would really hate to think that they didn't learn or didn't listen to the community about Tekken Revolution and people being able to just spam those arts like that. And another thing is with the rage arts in the game, if I'm not mistaken, like there's going to be like some super armor quality that's attached to it. And here's the reason why I'm bringing up Tekken 7 in the rage arts. And this is actually going to go back into Tekken Cross Street Fighter. Now, again, Tekken Cross Street Fighter was supposed to be a spin-off game, whereas Street Fighter Cross Tekken was the characters in the Tekken universe going into the Street Fighter world with their controls and things like that. Tekken Cross Street Fighter was supposed to be like the exact opposite of that, where you had like the Street Fighter characters going into the world of Tekken and having their 3D model scales and things like that, pretty much. And they're at the moment trying to, or at the time, they were trying to figure out how they were going to model the characters' moves or how they were going to do it, because anybody who's played Tekken and or Street Fighter 4, which would be the model of the characters that they're going to use if they do Tekken Cross Street Fighter, that the games are two completely different games. They play differently, they play at a different pace, and they're just two completely different games. So to bring, I would say, a somewhat fast-paced game such as or fast-paced characters that the Street Fighter 4 characters are known to be into the world of Tekken, which is a more of, I would say, it's more of a, it's not as fast-paced as Street Fighter 4, in my opinion. Like, I feel like it could be either fast or slow, just depending on how you play the game with Tekken. But to bring those characters into the world of Tekken, I think that would add, I don't know, like that right there would be a unique mix. And the reason why I'm saying all this is because with the rage arts, when you look at them in Tekken 7, they remind you of the ultras that are used in Street Fighter 4. So here's where my theory really comes into play. I don't think that Tekken Cross Street Fighter is canceled. I just think it's postponed and pushed back until they figure out everything they want to do with Tekken 7. Here's why I say that. Because when you look at Street Fighter Cross Tekken, right? All the characters from like the Tekken world came into the Street Fighter world with kind of like some super moves and like things like that, right? And what they did was they took that idea and they said, you know what? If we're gonna do Tekken Cross Street Fighter, and the Street Fighter characters are gonna have their ultras, then we need to apply something like that with the Tekken fighters, so that way, you know, things can be even. And that's the reason why I think they're doing the rage arts, is to have some sort of ultra super move to match the ultras that's with the Street Fighter characters. So I feel like they're pretty much Tekken 7. It's going to be its own individual game, but I feel like this is more so of a test within itself to see what they can get away with, so that they can make Tekken Cross Street Fighter. You know, because they want to have the characters on like a level playing field in terms of what they're able to do, and like, you know, like you don't want to have one side of characters having like these ultra moves and the other side of characters not having them at all. You know, so they have to give them something, and I feel like that's what the rage arts are gonna be in Tekken 7. They're gonna be the ultras. They're gonna be what ultras are in the Street Fighter 4 universe, and they're just using the rage arts right now in Tekken 7 to get people used to the idea of using those kind of moves, so that way when Tekken Cross Street Fighter does get released, they'll already be used to them. So the Street Fighter characters will have the ultras, and the Tekken characters will have the rage moves, and they'll, you know, have that clash of pretty much like they'll both sides will have a what's the word I'm looking for? A trump card, I guess you'll say. So that's pretty much my theory on Tekken 7. I feel like it does hold merit, and I think it's actually a pretty good theory when you think about it. You know, I mean, the raised arch or the ultras, and you know, and I don't know. Like, I don't know. How about you guys tell me? I just here just thinking about this, and I think this will open up for a good conversation. So tell me what you think. So thank you guys for watching. Peace, and I'll see you guys later.